Hey, what's going on everyone? Chris here, and for today's 4K review, I have the brand new film Mary Queen of Scots, which is a period piece on the life of Mary Stuart, who became the Queen of France at the very young age of 16. And get this, just a couple years later, at 18 years old, she was already a widow and was pressured to remarry, but instead she decided to return to her native Scotland to reclaim her rightful throne, which at the time Scotland and England were under the rule of Elizabeth I, which is played by the beautiful Margot Robbie. Although she definitely doesn't look beautiful in this film, that's for sure. But yeah, this was a really fascinating watch. And the cinematography on this film is incredibly well shot, but in general, I have a fond appreciation for films set in Europe, especially that cold, gloomy look, which Europe is, known to have quite often. And it really helps set the mood, especially with this type of story. So what can I say? Certain period pieces tend to be boring, but yeah, definitely not this one. It's worth a watch. Even though it's not completely historically accurate, but the characters held my interest, especially Margot Robbie. And it's nice to know they shot this in Scotland and England, and I always been a fan of real locations like the good old epics. So presentation-wise, this is a very impressive 4K release, and I'm talking about reference quality, especially the exterior shots, and the black glows look really nice. Not overly deep, but it has a nice balance all the way through. And the same can be said for the sharpness, which is quite sharp. And the colors are slightly muted, but overall it's a very clean release with no visible grain. And there are no specifics if this is a true 4K release or if it's a 2K DI, but honestly, judging how sharp the image is, in my opinion, this is a true 4K release. And this features the Atmos mix, which sounded great. I mean, it's a dialogue-driven film, so don't expect too much bass, but the dialogue and musical score sounded really well. So my rating for the picture and audio quality is a solid 5 out of a 5 for both. For bonus content, you get the usual stuff here, a few quick behind-the-scenes featurettes, which includes interviews with the stars of the film, plus you get audio commentary with the director and composer as well. And by the way, in case you don't want to pick up the 4K edition, this film is also available in a regular Blu-ray edition as well. And also, the great actor, man, Guy Pearce is in this film. Always been a fan of his work. So there you have it, guys. That is Mary Queen of Scots. Pretty solid film, now on 4K. And as usual, thanks for taking a look at my review, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.